Down 3-1,
Yeah. Nah, the Lakers could come back though. If they win Game 5.
Delusional Laker fans.
Nah, if they win Game 5, like it all comes down to Game 6.
And what, bro? Look, listen, bro. We started out our day having a great time. Okay, we had one. We went to the Yankee game, a doubleheader for our best friend's birthday.
And they won
we grew up with her.
games.
Shout out to Nat. It's her birthday, and the Yankees won 2-11. And then on top of that, the Yankees ended up winning the second game by 5-1. We went to Billy's right after. We had a good time. Linked up with some old friends.
Agreed.
Did what we were supposed to do. But the worst part of the day is the Lakers fucking lost. And we are down 3-1. But, like he says, I still think we have a chance. Game 5.
They should win Game 5.
Yeah, we definitely win.
But
Game
honestly,
6
Delusional Lakers fans. At it
Game 6 is
again.
going to be the
I
challenge.
wonder, like, this series makes me want to go back to when the Lakers, like, denied the Mark Williams trade.
Yeah.
And they probably were like, well, that might have been a mistake.
We were so high on Dalton and haven't even played him. Not one time.
It's not only that. It's like, pause before I say this. But Minnesota's size is a problem. Like, I did not want to say it like that, but they are so big.
You could have just...
Like sometimes they have people on the court and they're all taller than the Lakers people. Like Nas Reed, 6'10". Jaden McDaniels, 6'10". Like Rudy Gobert, 7 foot. Like
Yo, why are you my co-host?
like yo, bro, like their size is a problem. Like they can't compete with it.
Just say they got better bigs, bro. Just say
They
that.
got better. You think better bigs sound better? Like
What you said, yes, 100%.
I'm they just so much bigger than them. Like it's a problem.
All right.
Like LeBron is playing center sometimes. Like he's the tallest person out there.
They got DFS guarding Rudy Gobert. They got good.
Dude,
wings
it's
coming in.
bad
It's
out
bad.
there. Like
But what's
they're
crazy
getting
is
out rebounded.
It's
like
not like we're losing these games by 20, 30,
Yeah.
40. No, we're in the game. We had the lead.
I'm
From
sorry.
the second quarter, we had the lead in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, we had a 9-point game.
But
Before we all
Minnesota's
dispersed.
just more physical than them.
I don't even think that. I think, honestly speaking.
Oh my god.
No, hold on. Listen.
Nah, but they are more.
No, physically, yeah, but we're
Nah,
matching
they're
it.
dominant. No, they're not matching it.
physically,
They're
bro.
too big.
Bro.
They can't match their physicality.
Bro, we're matching it physically. The issue is coaching-wise, Finch is fucking us up. He's making the right plays at the right moments and knowing exactly
I'm telling
what
you,
to
it's
do.
just like the rebounding, like they're bullying the Lakers, and I'm not lying. They
My
put in
day,
Jaden
who specifically?
and Jaden McDaniels is messing up.
First
Luka
off,
right
They got
First
KD.
off,
We got
like-
Jaden McDaniels.
Yeah, word. First
Nah, like,
off,
if you
let me give a quick sorry to, and I'm mad I'm doing this. Julius fucking Randle.
Nah,
Like,
he's
had
playing
a lot
like
of,
a monster.
I had a lot of slander for you. You was a
I'm
left
not
hand
lying though.
baby.
Like Game 4 comes down to a few possessions, and Jaden McDaniels was giving Luka hell. Like he couldn't get past him.
Meanwhile, Anthony Edwards on the other side was going through us.
Nah,
like,
that's
it was nothing, like it was cone work.
Nah, he's a grown ass man. Like
That's baby Jordan.
Like the Lakers don't have a good matchup for him either. Like the best matchup for him is Finney Smith, but like
No, Vando. And we still have.
and they didn't play him. They did
didn't.
not play him at
They didn't
all.
put him at all
Like
in the last
honestly,
quarter.
Vanderbilt is the best matchup the Lakers have. But
not only that, he's played with Ant, so he knows his tangibles, his tendencies, things that he likes to do on the court. And still, we haven't even been putting Vando out there.
I'm not like the way they folded, 10-point lead fourth quarter, like that's a game you gotta close.
Not only
out.
that, but remember,
LeBron had
we hit
0 points. Austin Reeves missed a couple of open threes.
Wide open threes.
Luka just was discombobulated.
Then they called the foul on LeBron at the end.
Nah, I'm
was
not lying.
horrible.
That's
That
not.
was horrible.
You cannot.
Y'all can
call
sit
that.
here and say
that was crazy.
He caught him out of hand and that. Listen,
That
all this
call
marginal
alone
contact
killed
that
me.
they've been saying throughout the playoffs, that right there was marginal
Nah,
contact.
Hot take.
That was-
LeBron is the best player in the first few halves or first quarters,
You gonna start this?
and
narrative again? You gonna start that?
and then in the
narrative?
fourth quarter he disappears.
Really again?
Nah, dude, he's
He
40
does.
years old. Like
That's what I'm
you
saying.
want, like he played 46 minutes.
Why
today.
did we get
What
Luka?
else did you want from him?
Why did we get
What
Luka
else did you
today?
want from LeBron in this game?
Hold on. What was the purpose of getting Luka? So LeBron doesn't have to do that. Because
I
before
dropped
Luka
38
got
points, my boy. You can't disappear in the last
Luka
2
got
minutes.
Cooked.
Luka did get cooked defensively.
And
got-
offensively, he was not going nowhere. And I'm a
wasn't.
huge Luka fan, but
He missed a few layups to put us up by
he
a
got
few.
dominated today.
Pause. Anyways, moving on from that heartbreak after having such a great day, there was a lot that we was talking about.
All right, so you guys really do think they're gonna come back from a 3-1?
I think
I'm not lying. I think.
Game 7.
I take off your Lakers hat and be honest.
Nah, I think they win game 5. They're gonna lose game 6.
Minnesota's not winning. Game 6, they can win because the 2 games that we faced them on at their crib has went down to the wire. We just haven't been able to close.
I don't know if they got the energy for it. I don't know if they don't have another big man that they could use. Jackson Hayes,
horrible.
He can't even play.
Foul
he played
machine.
4 minutes today.
And again, this goes back to the Mark Williams trade. Why did we nix the trade and say, oh, there was
He
something
had a
wrong with his
great
health?
way to finish the year, Mark Williams. I think he averaged like 16 and 10 this year.
Brother, he was a double-double machine. Right now, he will be useful in that paint.
Not only that, like Nas Reed, like we do not match up with Nas Reed. You know Nas Reed has not missed a shot in the 4th quarter? He has not missed a shot in the 4th quarter. That's insane.
6th man of the year, man.
Nah, he's about to get paid.
Last year?
He's about to get paid.
Do you think he stays in Minnesota after the series? Well, after the
If they
playoffs.
pay him,
I mean, from what I'm noticing is that teams,
They're
what they're
not-
doing is they're not trying to play their homegrown players.
Nah,
because
think
it makes sense. Listen. They're not doing it because they have to give them higher value contracts. So what they're doing is they're trading them off so they don't have to pay them that super max deal.
Basically.
Because now,
I think he's gonna
even
get
JJ
paid,
Redick
bro.
talked about it when it comes to like 6 man of the year awards. Basically, is equivalent to if you win MVP, All NBA, you're gonna
That's
get max
crazy.
deal contracts.
I don't know. I think with new management that came in with A-Rod and then the other investors that were with him, I think that it'll be a different type of
I think he's their
strategy that
best
they
big
have.
man. Like I don't think Rudy Gobert. Like
No, Rudy Gobert, he's
like,
a non-factor.
Okay, now let's really talk about it. Do you think they did a good job in trading Cat, or they should have kept him
I'm
with
not
the
lying.
To this day, I
trading
still
Cat
think
did not make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like the
That
team
is-
that they had, like it does not make sense.
It
Like
doesn't.
if they would have had Karl Anthony Towns, like they might have been like the first or second.
First
seed.
off,
Who
they
knows?
lucky right now that Julius Randle is playing the way that he's playing.
Word.
Because if Randle would have played like how he did in the Knicks, it would have been real horrible. and it would have been really
if Minnesota had DiVincenzo from last year, how he was hitting
Yeah, it
threes
would've
from
been
all over the
different.
place.
Listen, everybody
Minnesota would be
knew
elite.
Gobert should have left, Cat should have stayed. It was that simple. Because at
I'm
the end
not
of the day,
lying.
he could have been moved to the
Rudy
5 and
Gobert's
start Nas Reed at the 4.
Rudy Gobert's contract was untradeable. Ain't nobody
was.
taking that deal.
And Minnesota took that. That's crazy. And what's crazy was you traded for Gobert, and y'all could have got No, they did get Kessler. You traded Kessler.
I might be a G. If I was a GM, even a bags and chips, I'm not taking that contract.
that was
You
horrible.
bugging?
Nah, that contract.
They
was
traded their
horrible.
future for that guy, and you can't even play him in crucial moments when you need him.
I mean, let's really be honest. Picks don't really matter unless
Picks do, man.
you're in the
Nah,
playoffs.
picks matter.
bro.
Picks matter.
I
Picks
mean,
matter in a lot
if you're a contending playoff team, right?
I mean, just look at like a
Listen,
team like
if
the
you're-
Pistons.
OKC.
Like most of the Pistons, OKC, Pacers, like a bunch of their players are homegrown talent.
Even Minnesota, before they traded
Yeah,
the picks for
word.
Gobert, they was building off of picks.
Yeah, Nas Reed is a Minnesota
Exactly.
player. Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns. Like-
Even McDaniels, Vandal started out over there too. He
Yeah.
got traded over there to Utah. It's a whole lot of teams. Utah too. They're gonna be a nasty team in the future. They got a lot of picks going their way.
They need a lot.
Nah, I'm saying though,
they're
got-
ways away.
Bro, they have Danny Ainge up there. I'm never gonna underestimate Danny Ainge.
Nah,
Danny
word.
Ainge is gonna turn into the modern day Jerry West as to what he does.
Nah,
with the
he's
franchises.
definitely one of the best managers or general managers in basketball.
Yeah,
Like,
he
just
has no filter.
He
He
made
doesn't
that. He
care.
made that Celtics baby.
Yeah, not only that, you trade IT to get Kyrie. That was to this day. That's still the most.
Nah,
Like,
that wasn't even his
disrespectful.
best trade.
It
When he
wasn't.
fleeced the Brooklyn Nets and got all those draft picks
I'm
that
not
ended up
lying.
being Jalen Brown and
And
like
Tatum.
I'm not
Yo.
lying. That's probably one of the worst
Tatum.
trades that Brooklyn have ever
yo,
done.
they were trying so hard to be relevant
exactly
and
what it
they just ruined them for like 10 years.
As if KG and Paul Pierce didn't get knocked out the year before in the first round against the Knicks.
Now my
But
favorite part is that they thought that everything was getting better and stuff when they got KD, James Harden and Kyrie. That shit went to shit
Yeah.
like so quick.
COVID said, "Y'all want to see something real quick?"
Nah,
And destroyed
damn, that's
everything.
still one of the biggest what ifs. Like if all those guys were healthy,
Biggest what if?
like, dude, if KD's foot wasn't like an inch shorter,
I got a second what if too. I'm gonna be honest with you. If the Lakers were healthy that year, I think they go back to the finals and repeat.
yeah, I think so too. I don't think the Bucks were beating. I think they had Phoenix beat before.
No, they had
LeBron
Phoenix. They remember they
and
was up
AD.
2-1, and then before AD went down,
Yo,
he
and
was
it's
beating
crazy.
them that
LeBron
game.
was on freaking one leg, and they were still beating them.
AD too. AD ended up playing on one leg, and then we both got hurt. But that's neither here nor there. We're just over here reminiscing because we got our asses whooped
Facts.
after having a great day.
Let's
But
really talk about it. The
it is
Knicks,
what it
yo.
is. Yeah, the Knicks ended
Knicks
up
up
looking real
3-1,
great.
baby.
Shout out to Jalen Brunson.
Hold up,
Nah,
hold
he
up,
is
hold
that
up,
man.
hold up, hold up.
Oh,
Yo,
is he?
yo,
Yo, yeah,
you
is he?
better
Is
get.
that saying.
No.
Stop
You
it.
better give an apology to all Knicks fans right now.
No. Why?
Right now.
I said the Knicks were gonna win the series. I said the Knicks were gonna win the series. I just said that Cade was better than him.
You say he's the best player in this series.
Yes, because he is.
How?
Alright. Like, you guys are thinking about it all wrong. Like,
We're not thinking about it. You think about potential. We think about right now, bro.
But that's what right now.
No, it's
the
not.
future.
We in the playoffs, bro. I'm not worried about the future. I'm worried about right now. What's going on?
Jalen Brunson has outplayed him this series.
Okay.
But I just
Who's the better player? Who's the better player right now?
I just want you to know.
Who's the better player right now?
Stop for a second.
Who's the better player right now?
Oh, you're not gonna let me speak then. Okay. Look, if you were watching these basketball games, Cade Cunningham is getting double teamed and still putting up 25. He had a triple double today.
All right, so you're gonna sympathize because he's getting double teamed?
Nah, I'm sympathizing because his team is ass.
That's not our problem.
All right.
If you're a great player, you figure out you figure it out.
You can't overcome.
Hold on, wait. I like how they asked now, right? But
Yeah.
before the series started, I'm gonna be honest.
His teammates.
I see Detroit
I said his
actually
teammates.
winning.
Yeah. I bet.
Detroit gonna be the
I
Knicks.
did not.
It's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a
Y'all so full of shit.
I'm not even a Knicks fan.
Y'all so full
Yo.
of shit. I never said that the Pistons were gonna beat them.
I didn't
You're
say
full
you.
of shit. You're
I
full
didn't
of
say
shit.
you.
You're full of
I didn't
shit.
say you. I
You're full of
said-
shit.
Did I not say other people?
I'm gonna put the clip.
Yo, I bet. Do whatever you want. But the truth of the matter is, if you rank the top 5 players in the series, the Knicks got 4 of them. Like, you cannot
Did we not
overcome.
tell him this before the series started?
Yo,
We
what the
told
fuck are
him
you
this.
talking about? I literally said that the Knicks were gonna win
We
because
told
of
him
that.
this.
Nah, you saying dick.
Yo, keep this PG. Keep this PG, my boy. Keep this PG.
Yo, bro, we had this convo with him here. He's
You're losing me right now. You're throwing me. You're throwing me right now. You're throwing me right now.
Yo, keep this PG, my boy. We got kids watching.
I said the Knicks were gonna win the series, but I said that the Pistons were gonna give them okay, chill. I said that the Pistons were gonna give them a run for their money, and they have been. All of these games have been close.
Yeah.
But guess what? Guess what it leads to? A loss.
But guess who's closing? Brunson. Cade hasn't been closing.
I mean, Carl Anthony Towns close.
I was gonna say Carl Anthony Towns.
Hold on.
Close today. Jalen Brunson missed a wide open layup. You don't say that though.
Before Carl Anthony Towns.
You don't say that though.
Hold on. Before Carl Anthony Towns started taking over, who was actually taking over before?
Nah, Jalen Brunson.
Exactly. So what do you?
Listen, I'm not fighting with you though. Jalen Brunson has been the best player in the series. But if you give me my preference of who I'm gonna take, I would take Cade over him. Cade is bigger. He's stronger. He.
Nobody's disagreeing with what you're saying right there. What we're disagreeing with is the fact that you're saying right now. You said a few episodes ago, Cade was the better player, and you would take Cade right now.
I would take Cade
over
right now
Brunson.
over him.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is why Timesis is not a GM.
Yo, y'all crazy though. Like, I'm not lying. Like, the Knicks would look completely different with Cade Cunningham. Like, you would actually go into the Boston series feeling a little bit better. Because what happens when you play Boston? Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Drew Holiday are giving him hell.
Okay.
Why? He's mad small.
Okay,
I'm not hating on him. He's been the best player in the series, but against in a different matchup, like you don't. He gets picked on, literally. Like they're trying to hunt for him defensively, and he's switching everything. Like nobody's like, all right, let's hunt for Cade. Nah, Cade is like 6'6", athletic and stuff. Like,
I agree. He's elite. But now let's look at the series stats. Who is the better player? Right.
I literally said that Jalen Brunson is playing better.
Okay. You're going based off potential, and I agree. Cade Cunningham
is better than yes.
No. It's possible that Cade Cunningham can be better in the future.
What do you
but
mean
not right now.
All right,
not right now.
Hold on.
Not right now.
Next year going into
not right now.
Next year going into the season.
I'm going Jalen Brunson.
I'm not saying.
I'm going Jalen Brunson.
Hold up, let me finish.
100%. And if we get
where would
Giannis,
you rank Cade? Top 10, top 15, top 20, top 25?
I mean, if we're going, he could be a top 15, top 20 player in the league.
I think he's better than Halliburton for sure. 100%.
He could be in that conversation.
100%.
All right, rank them in the rank your best
East?
players in the East.
In the East, you got Giannis,
Jason
Tatum,
Tatum.
Embiid when he's healthy.
You got Brunson too.
Brunson.
Embiid is never held.
You also got Carl Anthony Towns in that conversation for
He is
sure,
in that combo.
Over Cade?
bro.
Over Cade.
Bro, do you see what Carl Anthony Towns just did?
Over Cade.
You just see what Carl Anthony
You're
Towns.
taking Carl Anthony Towns over Cade?
I'll take Dame over Cade.
You know what?
I'll take Dame.
Not yet. I mean, Dame is older now, so it's like
Either way,
Nah, y'all trying
25 points per game.
Yeah, y'all want to know how I know y'all chanting? Because if the Knicks called up the Pistons right now and were like, hey,
Nobody's gonna be mad.
Can we trade Carl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson for Cade? Then the Pistons gonna be like, bro, I'm hanging up right now.
Okay.
No, we're not doing that. As Knicks fans, we're not doing that. Sorry.
And the Knicks will never.
Yeah, that
trade
conversation.
Jalen Brunson's a a living legend.
We ain't Nico Harrison on this side. We ain't. We
Right. We got Worldwide West.
Nah,
Pistons
it's crazy.
are not trading. There's very few players that the Pistons would trade Cade Cunningham for.
I mean, I'm a big believer. If you have a franchise player, you don't trade.
Nah,
him.
he is a franchise.
No.
player.
That's what exactly what I'm saying.
This is the difference between Cade and Jalen Brunson. That Cade Cunningham could be the best player on a championship team. I don't think Jalen Brunson could be the best player on a
But why? Hold on, wait. Let him explain why, because I gotta
whoa.
understand why.
Yeah.
Nah.
Because I already know what he's gonna say. Small guards aren't championship centerpieces. That's what he said the very first
Look at
episode.
Kyrie Irving, perfect
Not
example.
only that, Curry.
He was the centerpiece? Kyrie was the centerpiece of that championship team? You know what the centerpiece means,
I know what you mean by centerpiece. But
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 it was LeBron
he was the
James.
second
Listen,
fiddle.
listen.
Even when they went to the championship last year, the centerpiece of that Dallas Mavericks
Luka.
team
Yo,
was
It was
Luka.
Luka.
I get that, but listen.
And if
Yo.
we really want to talk about it,
Kyrie was not playing against the Warriors when they were going up in that series. He was playing against LeBron James. You feel me? To be the best player in that series, right?
Definitely was.
He was straight up.
LeBron James led every statistical category.
Yeah, LeBron was gonna win that.
I
Like, bro, like, what are you talking about?
Hold on,
No,
wait.
no, no.
What are you talking about?
Understand what he's saying though. Understand what he's saying is basically Kyrie was in that series and showing people that even though LeBron is the number one, I can also be number one.
Yo, bro, back to back 40 games, bro. Come on, bro.
I get what y'all trying to say.
One of the most clutch shots ever in NBA history. Come on, bro.
Yeah, bro, you gotta give him that.
I just
You
think the
cannot
Knicks-
say guards are not capable of
being
leading
a
the
centerpiece.
championship teams.
A
Come on,
centerpiece
bro.
don't make-
It's just not.
that's-
It just doesn't always happen. Like it's very few guards that do that.
It's
So
not
you
true,
don't think
bro.
Brunson could fit that mold, basically?
Nah, I think he could be a 1B, but he definitely needs a 1A. Bro,
Everybody
like
does though.
Nah,
Everybody
but like
needs a 1A, 1B.
nah, but the thing with Jalen Brunson is like, yo, if you see him play against like Boston or everything, like, yo, when they play defense on him, like, yo, he has Jason Tatum, Jalen Brown, and they caused him trouble. Like they caused him trouble.
I looked at
Like
his
even
stats.
last year,
I looked at
if
his
you look
stats
at the
this year.
Pacers series, like, yo, like I'm on like it was wearing on him. Like he
No.
was having a tough time.
No. You know what was wearing on him? Tom Thibodeau. And I actually wanted to get
When
into
you guys
that, my
play
little
40
rant.
minutes in a game,
Exactly. Tom,
that's
I'm
a
gonna
big
be real.
That's the
problem.
other thing.
If
He
you don't
can't
make
play
it out
that
the
many
second
minutes.
round, Tom, understand who's coming for your job. Coach Jenkins or, in my opinion,
Malone.
Coach Malone. And Malone is going to turn Jamal Murray and Jokic 2.0 if he gets that Knicks job. And I'm going to be real, it's going to be Jamal Murray on steroids.
I'll be honest. I've been saying it for a while. I've been saying
Nah, but I'm not
it.
like the
Giannis
Knicks-
is coming to the Knicks.
Nah, the Knicks are literally one piece away.
Yo, clip this right now. Giannis is coming to the
I believe
Knicks.
that.
That's
I can
if
see
they
that.
lose.
No, it's that they will lose.
Nah, but you know what it is too. Like if
Giannis
if the
is
Knicks
coming to
added
the
somebody
Knicks.
like
Yo,
like a
guys,
Giannis
is
KD,
coming to the
even
Knicks.
like a Devin Booker. Like if the Knicks added like a Devin Booker,
Nah.
like yo, like they would be
Forget
scary.
Devin Booker. Is
bugging.
Giannis.
You bugging.
Nah, I want Giannis. I'm sorry, I don't want Devin Booker.
I'm not lying.
I don't,
Devin Booker in New
I don't
York.
need another guard.
Nah, you're
I need
crazy.
Giannis,
Yo.
bro.
You don't need
Crazy.
another guard.
Nah, I need Giannis, bro.
Brother, imagine Devin Booker instead of Mikal Bridges.
Okay, imagine.
Nah,
imagine
somebody who can make open threes.
What?
Yeah, I understand that, but imagine Giannis with Karl Anthony Towns and Jalen Brunson on that team. And if you possibly can
That's
keep
an
OG,
issue. You want to know why that's an issue?
wow,
Spacing.
bro, space is gonna be immaculate.
What do you mean? What do you mean spacing?
Spacing
Karl
gonna
Anthony
be an
Towns
issue.
will be sitting at the 3-point line.
He cannot be there all day 24/7.
What
bro.
do you mean?
He is not Brook
He's
Lopez.
a great.
He's not
What?
Brook
He's-
Lopez.
He's better than Brook Lopez.
Yes, he is. He is 100%. That does not mean he
Karl
stays in the
Anthony
fucking
Towns-
corner all day. He needs to get in the post.
He's the best
He needs to get in the
shooting
post.
big man that the league has probably ever.
And it was proven
than
tonight.
Dirk?
Today, I mean.
I'm not. I don't really count Dirk as a. He's not a big man. He's not a center. Dirk never played center his entire career. Stop
dude,
it.
my dude.
Stop
My
it.
dude.
Stop it. He
My
was not
dude.
a center.
Karl
I'm
Anthony
not lying.
Towns came in as a power forward.
All right.
He was
We
a
can check.
center.
We
He
can
got
check.
drafted as a center.
We can check stats right
He
now.
played center.
I play
at
better
Minnesota.
as a power forward. He said the same shit that AD said.
And guess what? He's playing with the Knicks. Center.
Because there's no other big on the floor.
If Giannis came, he would still play center.
Okay. So Dirk Nowitzki 3-point percentage career wise is 38%, but he only shot 3.5 attempts a game.
Because he's in that post.
I understand.
Nah, I still think. I think.
That post.
And of course, the game has evolved over time, especially
Yeah,
with the
different.
addition
Yeah, facts.
of Steph Curry. Of course, you feel me? You know, Karl Anthony Towns is a 39%, almost 40% 3-point shooter.
I'm not disagreeing, and I'm not saying.
And he's also has shot more attempts.
Understand
with
what it is that I'm
4.3.
saying.
Yeah, I was
bro.
gonna say.
If
Now,
you
that's
get
a tough
Giannis,
conversation.
if you get Giannis is gonna need that paint, right?
Of course.
Karl Anthony Towns, let's say he has a mismatch, or like you say, he's playing the center position. His job is to make sure that he crashes the boards, right or wrong.
Bro,
He's not constantly
We do not
gonna
need
be in
him
the
crashing the
3-point
board.
land. All I'm telling you is, if Giannis was to go over there, he's gonna need some spacing. And it's going to conflict because after a while, Karl Anthony Towns is going to keep wanting that ball in that paint. And y'all keep on saying, oh, he shoots threes. He can shoot threes. And yes, he's very efficient from the three. That is not his fucking game. His game is to go ahead and drive, get
Nah,
the ball
you
in the
saying
post.
that that's not his
Yeah,
game?
gotta do.
You're,
I gotta
you're
disagree
out of
with you
your
on that
mind.
one, bro. I gotta.
You're out of your mind. How many threes he takes a game?
Yeah, bro. They've depended on him with 3-point shots this year.
He's right now in the NBA. He's the
almost
best
shot
shooting
5
big.
attempts a game,
Okay.
and he's making
5
half.
threes a game. That's not
5
his game.
threes a game?
5 threes a game, shooting 39%, but that's not
How
his
many
game.
field goals does he shoot a game?
Nah, he's shooting. If we're being, let me see.
And he's not let me
He's
post.
shooting 17 field goals.
And he's
per game.
not
5 field goals out of 17. That's his game?
He's not a post. I'm a go in dunk. Like he's a post fadeaway. Like he's a shooter. He's not a.
So
he's
you're
not
proving
a.
my point.
Makes a lot of
That
dunks.
he's
You're
a
not
shooter?
staying in the three.
That he's a shooter.
No, that
sure.
he won't stay in the
sure.
3-point
I
land.
mean,
It's not Brook
I mean-
Lopez where he's staying at the fucking 3-point land, bro.
But let's-
he's not staying in the corner.
Bro,
He has to
but
be
let's-
the
he's a
offense.
shooter.
But let's
He's
be
not
honest.
a physical
Let's be
big
honest.
man.
I'm not, you're not trying to listen. Like,
Nah, you're
take
not
the
trying
hat
to
off.
listen.
Take the fucking hat
You're not
off.
trying to listen, and you're
Take
not
the hat
hearing.
off, please. Because you're not trying to hear what I'm saying right now.
You're saying that shooting is not his game. All he takes is jump shots.
5 attempts.
That's from 3.
5.
That's from 3.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and
That's
gentlemen.
not his game.
Yo, how about check how many mid-range shots he takes? Yo, I would bet you that from threes and mid-range shots, he takes way more than in the paint.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me be honest.
Stop it. I've never seen Karl Anthony Towns be like, all right, yo, pass me the ball. I'm in the post. Boom, boom, boom.
Never seen him in the post.
I'm going in and like trying to dominate a game physically, a whole game. No, he's a shooter. Stop it. Stop it.
Yo, Karl Anthony Towns is elite, but let's move on now. I think we went too stuck on the Knicks and Karl Anthony Towns and Kate Cunningham and Jalen Brunson's conversation's been ongoing. So,
No, for it has been ongoing. It's because this motherfucker here, he decided to take
okay.
Cunningham over.
What are your thoughts about the first few games of the playoffs?
Well, first off, before we even move on, that game winner by Aaron Gordon was elite. I'll be honest.
We had this conversation earlier, right? You said if that shot was not reviewed, would you still call it?
Nah, I would count the shot. Like,
you gotta count it.
like,
the ball was in
I
the
agree.
cylinder before the light went off.
Yeah, nah, I'm alive.
But thing is, that's a shot that you have to review automatically. 100% of the times you have to.
reviewed it. They took like 2-3 minutes, and then they decided it was clear as day.
Nah, I was hoping for overtime though.
I
but-
was hoping for overtime.
Yeah, everybody who had
By the way,
some parlays on that ticket
yeah.
definitely was open for
it hurt my soul. But I do want to
That was
ask
a
the audience.
low-scoring
I do
game.
want to ask the audience. Has y'all ticket or has y'all parlay been looking good since Ty has given his picks? If not, if not,
Nah, I'm not lying. You know what's crazy? The team that I least expected to mess it up is the one that's down the most.
3-1.
The Lakers. Like, I'm not lying. Like, I did not see that coming.
I'll be honest with you, I do think that, Luka he's been playing well,
I think
amazing.
the Bucks
Hold on, hold on. Let's not stray away to LA.
No,
Like,
of
we
course
already
not.
talked
Of
about
course not. But there's players who gotta,
show up.
show up.
Reeves was a no-show until the second half today. We need you to show up way.
Nah, I think that series is over.
I don't think it's over either, but I don't.
It's fine though. You
Yeah,
feel
that's what
me?
it is.
I don't
But
know.
to that Clippers and that Nuggets series.
Oh, that's a series.
right now. That's a beautiful series.
Yeah, that is a
going on.
beautiful series.
First off, the fact that the Nuggets went in there. The first
I think it's the
3
best
quarters-
series right now.
Yeah, the first 3 quarters they went in and dominated. That fourth quarter, that's when you kind of saw and I understand why everybody was really high on the Clippers, which is they could play well, they defend well, their offense.
And
is good.
Kawhi Leonard's been playing amazing.
Yeah, Kawhi Leonard is looking like his old
he
self.
is,
And I'm be honest, shout out to Harden too. I got to give him his props because I talked a lot of ish about Harden and saying, oh, he doesn't show up, he doesn't do this. He's been showing up. Shout out to Powell as well too,
Yeah.
and Zubac. Zubac is holding his own against Jokic. Granted, Jokic is going to drop 33, 20, 10. That's what he do against the best defenders.
I agree.
So for
Yeah, I'm
Zubac
not
to
lying,
sit
though,
there and give him a
like-
double back,
Like that,
with
that
20
game
points,
winner
I'll
changes
give it to
everything.
Okay,
though.
now,
Like,
I also
that game winner changes everything because like
Yeah,
the
momentum
Clippers could have
shifted.
been up
Momentum
3-1. Now it's 2-2 and they're going back to Denver. Like
Yeah.
that changes a lot.
shifted crazy.
Okay, now going with the conversation of how this playoff series has been going, who do you guys think is the best player in this playoff now?
Obviously,
Jokic.
Jokic. without a doubt.
It's not even
Okay.
close.
But the
like,
second
Are we,
best-
are we talking? Are we talking because of the regular season? Or are we just talking about
No.
because
What he's putting up
and the
is
playoffs?
elite. What he's putting up is elite. On top of that, without that team isn't even a playoff team.
I agree.
Let's be 100% about that. They have no depth. Jamal Murray is not who he once was.
Now, who's not winning games, but is like putting up some crazy numbers? Like Giannis. Like, yo, he is bugging.
He plays tonight to try to tie the series to 2.
Yeah, I think with Dame back, they could win that
They
series.
won Game 3 by a landslide, too, on top of that. And let's be honest, Kyle Kuzma, you got to get the fuck out the league. I'm sorry for cursing. You, my boy, listen, I'm not an NBA player. I cannot sit here and say I played collegiate basketball. I'm not Division
Oh, my God.
Listen, I'm not even a coach, all right? Understand that. But my dude, I had the same numbers as you, 0, 0, and 0. And I was home. I was at the crib. I was chilling with my shorty. Understand? You got to do way better than
Yo,
what it
how
is
much
you
is
put in.
Kyle Kuzma's getting paid a year? Like
Bro,
30
it don't
million?
even matter. The fact you in the league is crazy, bro. I could be in the league putting up them numbers, brother.
Nah, chill.
Giving 5 handshakes. I'll definitely do that. There's no way you on the court with Giannis and you telling me you couldn't get 1 bucket, not even a free throw, nothing.
even a
And then
rebound.
Doc Rivers, your raspy ass voice, is no way you sitting there, we gotta get him the ball. There's no way that he has 0 point. The fuck? You the coach. Throw a fucking play for bro. What are you talking about? 0 points? Shout out
Nah.
to Gary Trent, though. 37 points, 9 3-pointers.
Nah, this series-
That's how you're supposed to do it, Kyle. Take some fucking tips, get back in the lab, and honestly speaking, the Don Juan Tigers is waiting for you next year, brother, because you're fucking garbage.
Nah, he's only made
I hope you do better, though.
He's only made 1 3 this series.
Bro,
And he's had 0, 12, and 9.
Do you guys think
What?
that's just mental, or you think he's just?
no, he's been like that since the Lakers.
I agree.
Honestly. And we kept
I
him instead of
expected
Brandon
so
Ingram.
much more from him.
We kept him instead of Brandon Ingram for that trade for Anthony Davis.
I mean, to score
Think
zero
about
points
that.
and make
Nah, his rookie year, yo, he was nasty.
But
Yo.
we had Brandon Ingram.
to
And we
score
traded
zero
him.
to score 0 points and make $25 million. Yeah, I'll sign
And you
up.
played 30 plus.
Sign
minutes
me
that
up,
game.
bro. Sign me up.
So I'm saying, bro, I had the same
Sign me
numbers
up.
as you.
It's not that easy.
I'm available.
Y'all not even 6 feet. Like, chill.
Neither are you.
I'm not the one saying, oh, sign me up for 25 minutes to play in the NBA.
To drop 0 points? Facts. I'll definitely do that.
I gotta make the NBA first. You know, that's how it
He made it. It's not far fetched. I'm just saying. What you say earlier? The proof's in the pudding. Facts. You know what it is, bro. Come on now. Stop playing.
Nah,
with me.
he's...
Come on, bro. Let's be honest. But anyways,
Nah, but I'm
moving on to the other
He
game.
is
Shout out
fraud.
Kyle Kuzma.
Word.
We ain't NBA caliber players.
At all,
we ain't
bro.
even regularly caliber players.
Bro,
Not even regularly caliber players is hilarious.
at all, bro. Listen, honestly,
Now I'm
but,
saying we.
Nah, I know y'all not.
but moving
Neither are
on.
you.
I'm better than y'all, though.
Hold on, wait. But moving on, though. The Grizzlies ended up getting swept. Which honestly surprised me. I thought that they would have gave OKC more of a fight.
Me too.
Obviously,
Yeah,
I'm not like-
Ja
that was-
got hurt in game
that was
3. He
the-
didn't play game 4.
And he didn't play game 4, yeah.
So you know what? Like the series is over by game 3, and I
That was
felt
the
bad.
most disappointing series
was.
so far.
That
in the
definitely
Do you guys
playoffs.
think that having the amount of rest now that OKC is gonna have is sustainable for them to go on a run?
I think
or you
honestly,
think it stops there and gets
Nah, I mean,
Honestly,
listen, they were
I
the
think
number
they're
1 seed.
motivated.
They were the number 1 seed. What do you mean they make a run? They better make a run. Like,
Bro.
they're the number 1 seed in
They
the...
was-
No,
they
no,
was
but
two
I'm
games
saying-
off of
I'm-
70
I'm saying-
wins. I
yeah.
saw that. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
That definitely went underneath the radar.
So who they will face next if they, if anyone from the Clippers
They
or
would
Nuggets
face-
is either Clipper or Nuggets.
The Clippers will give them a tougher matchup.
Yeah, because the
Clippers
Nuggets,
100%.
they cooked the Nuggets for the last 2 years. I don't know what it is.
Nah, they'll give the
They
Clippers
love
a
facing the
tough
Nuggets, and
matchup.
for some reason,
The
Chet
Clippers will
goes
go
off against Jokic. I don't know what it is.
I wonder who
If you look
guard-
up Chet's numbers against Jokic, it's elite. Not only that, Shea, it's like a personal rivalry between him and Jamal. Obviously, they're Team Canada. They're from Canada. And every time he looks at Jamal, it looks like he's trying to bust his you-know-what. And it gets real.
Nah,
real
that would
treacherous,
be
I'll
a competitive
honest.
series. Like, that's a series where, like, if you be like, oh, who are the top of 5, 6 players? Like, each team might have, like, 2 or 3 people that could match up well with the other teams. Like, I would love to see, like, at the end of the games, Kawhi try to stop SGA and stuff.
That'd be crazy.
I think for sure, I think the Clippers could beat them.
Imagine Lou Dort on Kawhi. That's
Nah,
like
I'm not lying.
that's the
Kawhi,
whole versus the thing. Like
Nah.
that's like
Nah,
that's
Kawhi
pretty
is-
tough.
Kawhi's like 6'7", 6'8".
Nah, I
though.
get
Like,
that.
Lou
But
Dort is like
he's
6'4".
not little though. Lou Dort is holding his
not.
own.
Nah, I'm not lying though. I don't know what it is. I'm not lying. Like,
And matter
this
of fact,
might
forget
this
him.
might sound crazy, but
Williams.
Kawhi Leonard, like, if he's completely healthy, he might be like one of the best one-on-one players in the NBA. Like, yo, if you look, they don't run no plays for him. They just give him the ball like mid-range, and he's just Papa scores like
That
every
is the
time.
play.
Like
he's a
That is
robot.
the play. Get
I mean,
out the way.
yeah, like
give it to him.
like
at
he
the
don't
elbow.
call screens or anything. Like
don't need it.
he's tough. Like he
mi-
scores so
Yeah,
effortlessly.
He's an underrated finisher at the rim too.
He's an AI
Yeah,
bot.
nah.
He's definitely elite at the rim.
Nah, he is.
Kawhi
he's
Leonard's an
tough.
AI bot.
He's Michael Jordan, robotic version. That's all he is. Like,
Nah, I'm not lying. He's tough. Like there's like nobody in the NBA that's like him. I was like, oh, like gotta stop, get a bucket. Like he's like when he's healthy and he's going, he's one of the best.
and it's
at
funny
that.
because if he faces OKC, he's gonna look at a younger version of himself, Jalen Williams. Like, Williams could end up being a
Whoa,
real
stop
fucking.
it, stop it.
I'll be honest
You need
with
to
you.
I
stop.
get it.
I'll be honest.
Kawhi
First
Leonard
off,
might end up being
I
like
get
a
it.
top
First off,
20,
y'all act like
25
Kawhi
player
Leonard
of
came into the league averaging 25.
Nah,
the
nah,
man
he
had to
didn't,
build
he
his
didn't.
way
I
up
understand.
there. All right? And Jalen Williams has all the intangibles to be a Kawhi 2.0.
This is why I hate
His defense
comparisons.
is elite.
This is why I
Yo,
hate
bro, just
comparisons.
because he has braids doesn't mean that he's gonna be like him. Like, bro, stop. Stop.
He's 6'7". He plays both sides of the
He is
court.
not 6'7".
That's literally what I look
I'm
at.
not like, look at his build. I'm not like, if you put Jalen Williams and Kawhi Leonard next to each other, they look much different.
I said that he could end up.
I mean, the advantage of Kawhi Leonard when he first came into the
I'm
league
not
was
like, bro, you
playing with
also
the
gotta
Spurs.
remember, like Kawhi Leonard is a 2-time Finals MVP. Like, bro, like that's just not saying like any
built
player. Like,
himself up to that though.
yeah, but he's one of like what? Like when you rank him all time, like what is he? Top 20, top 25? Like
Kawhi.
Like he's very accomplished. Like if he was healthy and he never like got these injuries and stuff, like you would probably be talking about him just like you talk about KD, a top 15 player of all time.
And that's gonna be a tricky conversation because if Kawhi gets ring number 3, are we putting Kawhi as the number 2 best small forward of all time over KD?
What you mean, Larry Bird?
I think Kawhi's better than Bird. You can go ahead, fall on the floor.
I'll be honest. I never seen Larry Bird play, so I can't really speak much on him.
Not only
As
that,
an
though-
80s.
Not only that though, but
But from stories and highlights that I've seen,
no, he's Larry Legend
Yeah, of
for
course.
sure. But Kawhi is different.
Bro, he played in one of the best decades of the NBA. Like he was beating Magic Johnson consistently.
yeah, bro.
Was he?
He won. What wasn't he like the
Yo,
first person to win like 3 MVPs in a row or something?
No, he
You
was-
wasn't
he
even
was the third person.
You wasn't
He
even.
took Indiana State to the championship
and
game.
lost.
Okay, he took
Lost.
Indiana State. Bro,
Yo,
nobody has
Ty.
even heard of Indiana
Ty,
State.
Ty, listen,
University.
Ty. You wasn't even a thought, my boy.
Exactly.
Bro,
We ain't seen Larry Bird
nah,
play.
I'm not lying. I
You
was
feel me?
already like,
And then he said beating Magic consistently. Magic is 2-1 versus him in the finals.
We wasn't even a thought, my
I'm
boy.
not lying, bro. That's mad disrespectful. Like,
How?
You
I'm
saying
saying
that?
Kawhi
it's not-
Leonard.
Nah, it's not disrespectful.
like I'm sitting here
this,
saying-
this is why we on the podcast and we having our hot takes. You feel me?
So all time, KD is better than Larry Bird.
KD's part of the 30,000 club.
No lie, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
An MVP.
I'm taking Kevin Durant.
a 4-time scoring champ. Like,
yo,
nah,
you put Kevin
Don't
Durant.
tell
No,
me-
hold on.
wait,
You put Kevin Durant in the
15-time
80s. Yo,
All-Star.
bro, they're gonna accuse him of witchcraft.
Aight.
Literally. They're going to try to force him to play in the
bet.
No cap.
But y'all viewing it based off what y'all see with your eyes. Of course, y'all gonna say that. But off of accomplishments, is he better than him?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Me personally,
He has one more
He
ring
has
than
more
KD.
MVPs than him. More Finals MVPs than him.
No, he
How you
don't.
gonna say
he
that?
don't. No, he don't. They got the same amount of finals MVP.
Okay,
He has more MVPs than him.
this might
He
be
has more
a
MVPs.
hot take. This might be a hot take for me, but
KD got
He
more
has more
scoring
rings
titles.
than him, too.
Hold on. KD got more scoring titles. 1. KD also has
How
more
many
All-Star
scoring titles
appearances.
does Kevin Durant have?
He has 4.
He has 4?
Yes.
Look that up.
He
Check
does.
that.
He had
Check
4.
that.
What are we
and
talking
I think
about?
he's one of the only 3 players that have 40, 50, 90.
Exactly.
I'm not
Come on, my
mistaken.
boy. Not only that, he's part of the 30,000 club. Your boy Bird is
Yo,
not stiff
he's number 7 on the all-time scoring list.
Like,
my
what are we
bro.
talking? And he missed 2 full years. So imagine if he doesn't.
I'm not lying, bro. We talking about accomplishments. So Larry Bird.
Nah,
Let's
but
see
when
this.
you
he has more All-NBA teams than Larry Bird.
I agree.
He played longer, too. Like, don't forget
I
that.
agree.
Okay.
I agree with accomplishment being one of the factors that we determine how great of a player is. But I also do think that skills matter.
Another thing
more.
that's getting me
because we
mad-
can have Bill Russell with
And
11
Larry
rings,
Bird is
and y'all can say he's the best player of all time.
Hold on, Larry Bird is one of the most skilled basketball
He's getting me
players
mad
of all
because
time.
he's bringing up all the fact that Larry Bird won 3 straight MVPs.
So we're talking about y'all telling me that y'all take Kevin Durant and Kawhi over Larry Bird. So Larry Bird is the 4th greatest.
I'm taking any modern player over any past player.
That's different, bro. That's a whole different conversation. We're talking about accomplishments, not what we can see with our eyes. Obviously, if you go like based off any player, that's like saying like, oh, like Jokic would. Yeah, if you look with your eyes, Jokic is way better than Bill Russell or somebody. Yes, or you're gonna say, well,
Yo,
just because it happened.
Yo, put me some
but
Will
if you-
Chamberlain highlights right
Nah, him playing against plumbers is cool, but you can't. Oh, you guys can't just be like, oh, like those accomplishments don't matter. That's crazy. Like, there's history for a reason.
Nah, we're not saying that they don't matter. Of course.
Like, bro, like y'all say, how about y'all don't look at it this way? How about if like he had all the?
I'm basing it off skills, right? You feel me?
And I'm telling you,
and when I can see a guy who can shoot
Larry
from
Bird
all
is a
parts
more
of,
accomplished basketball player than Kevin Durant.
All right, but if we do everything based off of accomplishments, the go-to basketball would be not even Bill Russell, Bob Cousy, Robert Horry. If you're doing accomplishments, right?
Yeah,
they got the most rings, right?
You're also talking about the 60s, bro. I'm talking about the 80s and the 90s. Like,
okay, and
like,
we're telling
you can't compare.
Skill-wise, Kawhi and KD are light years ahead of Larry Bird. 100%.
Who's a better passer? Or Larry Bird or them two?
Bird is.
Who's a better shooter?
KD is.
That's it. That's all you needed
50,
to hear.
40, 90.
That's all you needed to hear.
What are we talking about?
Dude,
KD is one of the only.
Larry Bird is the reason why we think white people could shoot.
Larry Bird. Bob Cousy, dick. Pistol P. Maravich.
Oh my
Mark
God.
Price.
Oh my God. I didn't even mean it like that. You guys are horrible.
Yeah, white people shoot was crazy.
Nah,
I'm real racial on our podcast for no reason.
Yeah, bro.
Nah, that's crazy. You guys are insane.
We love all kinds of people, bro.
So let's see here.
Yeah, we love all people here.
By the way, it's not only white people that can shoot. You know, you got
Larry Bird had 6 years where he shot over 40% from three.
Okay.
6 years.
Granted, the top, 6
years.
Yo, guys.
You could look up KDs.
Look up KDs.
You could look up KDs.
Yo,
you don't want to pull up numbers, right?
You could look up KDs.
Yo, granted, the best shooting, person right now is Anthony Edwards, Malik Beasley.
So then, and on top of that, you said KD's a better shooter, but Larry Bird is a better shooter than Kawhi then, right?
Yo, end the conversation on this one right here. End it.
So how you saying that he's more skilled? I just don't get it.
Kawhi has, in my opinion, a better post game, better finisher at the rim. He could also, to me, he's a bit more clutch than Larry. I said a bit. You act like I said he is a lot. To me, he's a bit more clutch than Larry.
All right,
that's just how
I'm done with this conversation. I'm not lying though. There has to be I understand the newer generation and the old generation, but there has to be some respect for some of the accomplishments I got. Like he won 3 rings while the Showtime Lakers were the Showtime Lakers, and while Michael Jordan was about to be Michael Jordan, and when the Pistons.
So he said how many times Larry Bird shot over 40% from 3?
6 times.
6 times. KD did it 8.
He's played more years too. Don't ignore that.
Bro. I'm about to fall off my seat because you just keep moving the goalposts every time, bro.
But you can't ignore that.
Shit.
You can't ignore that. Let's see how many years Kevin Durant has.
Larry Bird.
17.
Larry Bird is an all-time great. Kevin Durant is an all-time great.
Word. There's no hate.
Listen, and I'm very happy that we're having this conversation.
And don't get me wrong, if you told me, yo, Larry Bird and KD playing one-on-one, I'm saying that KD is going to fry him. But I'm also respecting what Larry Bird accomplished. He wasn't playing against plumbers. That was comparing Bill Russell and Bob Cousy. Larry Bird was playing against Magic Johnson.
You see how he flips it? Not one time did I ever say Larry was whack. Not one time did I ever say Larry
you said that it's the same thing as Bill Russell, Bob Cousy. No, he was not playing against plumbers. He was playing against professional basketball players.
Off of accomplishments, then we would sit here and say Bob Cousy and Bill are the best players that we've ever seen. That's what I said, right or wrong. Because we could play this back. People are gonna see this.
It's cool, but you literally comparing the 60s to the 80s at the point that the 80s basketball was the 80s basketball. So Michael Jordan and all these guys weren't skilled. Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Those are, I just said, 4 of the greatest basketball players ever.
Guys, this is why...
He played in a different generation.
Guys, this is why you got to follow NVO podcast on all platforms, streaming platforms.
Literally.
Feel me? So you can have more hot takes like this. Now let's move it on to baseball.
Baseball? Right? Nah, I wanted to go to football.
Football? Nah.
I wanted to go to football.
Okay,
first.
We can go to football then. Okay.
So before we even talk about anything,
talk about the NFL draft.
Yeah, I'm gonna let him take this over and get everything that's off of your petrol. Okay, go ahead and go off.
Now, what are your thoughts? Let's start it off. What are your thoughts about Shedeur Sanders being drafted in the 5th round to the Cleveland Browns?
I ain't got nothing to say. Go ahead.
Okay.
Do you
think this is a good move, or do you think there's something?
I think it's gonna be a good move for him, but a couple of words come to mind: abomination. But the word that really comes to mind is collusion. The NFL owners conspired to not have him drafted. There's no way. You have never seen it in your life where a top 10 prospect falls to the 5th round. Quarterbacks have slid. Perfect. No problem. But people like Johnny Manziel slid.
I mean,
Aaron
Johnny
Rodgers
Manziel
slid.
had an issue.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, and that's
we all know,
crazy.
but-
He still was a first round pick.
Yeah,
If you
top
guys
15.
really want to understand how bad it was, do you guys know that the Dallas Cowboys traded a 4th round pick for Trey Lance? Trey Lance. Is Trey Lance still with the Cowboys? Trey Lance was so bad that they wouldn't even make him the backup quarterback, and he was worth a 4th round pick in some people's estimation.
Not only that, but coming out of college, remember Trey Lance was projected to be a top.
You know what? Like there's certain I think the Giants had a great draft. Like I get what Brian Dable's. What they said that Brian Dable and him didn't have a good interview because your quarterback and your
You have to
head
mesh.
coach
You have to
like it
connect.
has to mesh. But you're telling me that teams passed up on him 4 times? That they this was just saying, oh, let's teach Shedeur Sanders a lesson.
No,
because
let's
and it was expensive too.
But
A $40 million
okay.
difference.
Forget Shedeur a lesson. Let's teach the whole Prime family a lesson.
Yeah.
Let's teach
Not only just that, but
everybody
you
that's
also, you also got to think
Sanders
about
a
it.
lesson.
You also got to think about it. Everywhere
Dude,
that
Dylan Gabriel got picked by the same team before him. If you would have went
Which
to
is kinda-
Oregon,
I agree.
if you would have went to Oregon and you would have been like, hey, you got the option Shedeur Sanders or Dylan Gabriel, they'd be like, oh my God, maybe we could win the national championship
Okay,
and not lose to Ohio State by 50 because we got Shedeur Sanders.
Once I saw that he slipped outside of the top 10, I was like, okay.
I was okay with him even falling out of the first round.
I was
No,
okay
me
with
too,
that.
me too.
At the point where you're picking people,
Fifth round?
like what's even the guy that the Saints picked, Tyler whatever. Like, dude, he was missing people wide open in the NFL Combine, wide open. You know, like wide open, like and not even close. Like he fell by himself.
Wait.
Like
What were they? What were they? They were what?
colluding.
No. But when he was throwing the passes to them, what were they? They were wide open.
They weren't even being covered. Honestly, there was nobody even trying to stop him.
He wasn't catching it at all.
No, I caught it, but I just wanted to be the mature one and continue. You guys are horrible people.
No, go ahead, continue.
Nah, but
tell you.
listen, this is like I have no problem with people saying, okay,
Do you think Jackson Dart was worth
dude,
going over?
what?
Do not say Jackson Dart is
Actually,
worse. Do not say it. Please do not say it.
That's different. But
Do
like,
not say it. Look at his numbers and then
What
talk.
I'm
stop,
saying is, do you
stop,
think
stop,
he was
stop.
worth getting picked over Shedeur? That's what
Of course,
Listen,
of course.
if-
That's how you feel.
No.
That's how
But you
you
also
feel.
got to understand when an NFL team.
it's
is
all about match.
No.
Like
yeah,
I
it is match.
personally think that if you are the Giants and you have that pick and you feel like Jackson Dart is a better fit,
You go with him,
I'm okay with that.
of course. Now you own up to your decision of selecting him. Now when in future's time, when there's enough sample size to determine if Shedeur Sanders was better
Dude,
than
if
Jackson
you really
Dart.
want to think about it, Will Levis slid in the draft. He slid. He was supposed to be a first round pick,
it's
top 15
This is-
pick, and he still got picked two or three rounds before Shedeur was even thought about
This
getting
is
picked.
my take. This is why I think Shedeur Sanders probably didn't get picked. And the reason I'm saying I
Nah,
think it is
he has-
I
he
think
doesn't have blame.
hold on.
Like, he has a lot of blame.
I don't think it's him. I think it's his father. I do think his father
think
wants.
that's-
Listen, and listen to this. Why? I do think that Prime, for example, has taken his son every single place that he's gone to, coaching wise. Right. Now, I do think that he also wants to do the same exact thing in the NFL. Now, teams are not willing to just give him a head coaching
That's
job
okay.
because of his son and also give him control of draft strategies, GM, or any personnel decisions, right? That's a big job and role to fulfill. That's the reason why the Patriots let go of Bill Belichick because of that same exact issue.
I'll put it
now,
like this.
do you think, just put it into perspective, do you think that could be one of the reasons as to why
That
the
is
NFL team-
definitely one of the reasons why.
Because he
you
was-
know what
he was
his
one of-
other problem was? He goes and says like, oh, like them saying that they're not gonna play just for any team. Like, dude, shut up. Like, what are you guys talking about? Like,
you play
like,
for
yo,
whoever
bro, like,
drafts
you're
you.
gonna play for whoever drafts you. Like, the NFL is not a league where
Now,
you
hold
tell
on.
these billionaires. Wait, I'm gonna go on for a few. Like, the NFL is not the league where you're gonna tell people, dude. They literally kicked Colin Kaepernick out because they was like, oh, you want to do this? Cool, bye bye. The NFL is very controlling. Like, they control their narratives. Roger Goodell and those owners. Like, first of all, billionaires don't like being told what to do. Like, you don't just walk in and be like, oh yeah, you're not gonna take me because I don't want to play for you. Like, dude, are you crazy? Like, I'm I'm not saying that Shedeur Sanders was wrong, was right for the things that he did. He was very much wrong. And honestly, this is going to be a big stepping stone for him. It's going to be a huge lesson that he's going to learn in his life.
We also not saying that he's the best quarterback, too.
No,
let's
no,
not get that misconstrued.
Because let's be honest, Cam Moore was selected number one. He is the best quarterback in the
Right
class.
now, though, you could have argued that he was the best quarterback in the class.
Yeah.
Like right now, not off of potential or anything.
Hold
Like
on, wait.
just dude, like don't forget what he did at Colorado.
I want to give you the numbers.
Like, dude, he did not have
Let me give you the numbers.
Hey, don't talk to me about numbers. How about this?
No,
he did not have a run game. Do you know?
Hold on, wait,
And he also played in
Let
the
me give
weaker
you the
division,
numbers.
too.
Wait. He had a passer rating of 168.2.
Oh,
Shedeur.
okay.
I'm gonna tell you his numbers compared to all the other quarterback numbers. 'Cause this is numbers versus opinions.
I don't want to hear all that
This
shit.
is numbers versus opinions. So let's give you the numbers before we give you. Well, we've been giving you our opinions first, but let's give you the numbers so you can back it up. So the reason why he feels away is because Shedeur, within the past season before he got to the draft, had a passer rating of 168.2 with 4,134 yards thrown, and he had 37 touchdowns with only 10 interceptions. Compare that to
That's a Jackson Dart.
right, Jackson Dart.
Nah,
I'm gonna tell you his stats right now. Jackson Dart.
He's
Jackson
Jackson
Dart
Dart playing
with
a better
Ole Miss.
division.
Jackson Dart with Ole Miss. He completed 69.3% of his passes for 4,279 yards, 29 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He added 495 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns on the ground.
Bro, those numbers are all cool and stuff. But if you watch the games, like literally, like I watched a bunch of these games, like. Colorado's offensive line was horrible. They actually had no running game. Shedeur was getting hit, sacked, everything. Like everything that they want out of a quarterback. Like at ceiling wise, like you're telling me Shedeur Sanders can't be like a CJ Stroud type? Like he can be. Like right now. There was no way that you would have if Shedeur was in Ohio State or Oregon, like Ole Miss is full of NFL players.
I'll be honest.
Colorado had 2.
I think, in my opinion, I think he's better than Richardson in Indianapolis.
I would not be surprised at all. But if you're going based off of like what you could see with your own eyes, like you pick
Shedeur's talent.
Like how about this? How about if Shedeur was at Alabama instead of Jalen Milroe?
And I keep telling you this.
Like
how many times I keep telling you, switch him to a real high D1 school like Alabama, LSU,
like
Clemson,
it's crazy.
Ohio State. You're gonna see a real elite quarterback.
He played elite at Colorado.
And imagine if he got the talent.
At Colorado.
You keep telling me, oh, maybe his attitude. And I'm telling you, it could have been his attitude. But even then,
it was definitely his attitude.
Hold on, wait.
It was his attitude, his dad's attitude. It did not help at all.
And I keep saying this. Joe
Burrow was wrong.
Joe Burrow went into the draft very cocky.
Not the same though.
Hold on, wait.
I've told you this is not the same.
And I keep telling you, if you put Shedeur Sanders in the position Joe Burrow was in with Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase, you don't think he has the same success as Joe Burrow?
I don't know, bro.
What?
We're talking about one of the greatest. We were talking about one of the greatest college football teams ever, bro.
Yeah, with the best O-line, with the best receivers,
that's all true.
the best running backs. Like, come on, let's be honest.
And the better quarterback.
Nah,
Joe Burrow.
You switched him. It's not going to be that much of a drop off.
Nah,
it really isn't.
Joe Burrow is 10 times way better than Shedeur Sanders.
You act like Shedeur's IQ
10 times is crazy.
Joe Burrow is 10 times way better than Shedeur Sanders.
In college, Shedeur,
and
like he's
Joe
not the
Burrow
same,
is 10 times way better than Shedeur Sanders.
But bro, listen, Burrow's up here. Shedeur's right here.
No,
it's not that far off.
No, put Burrow a little bit high. Put Burrow a little bit high. Put Burrow a little bit high.
Look at what Burrow had to work with. Look at what Shedeur had to work with, bro. Let's be honest.
Joe Burrow had the greatest season. He had the greatest season for a quarterback ever in college football. Ever.
Who is his receivers?
I'm not arguing with you.
But his game
who just won a Triple Crown this year?
Yo,
answer me that question.
Listen.
No, answer me that question, and then you can continue.
Hold up. His game has translated well in the NFL.
Okay.
So it doesn't mean that.
Again, what receiver is he playing with? The same receiver he played with in college.
Get that, bro.
It's just wrong,
Come on, bro.
I'm like, no matter the way you put it, like, first of all, $40 million, like, yo, like,
even though he don't need the 40 mil because he already got money.
Nah, I'm alright. Everybody needs 40 mil. Like, I don't want to hear that. I don't care how much money you come from. 40 mil is 40 mil.
Nah, it can be a Jalen Hurts situation as well, where
I think Cleveland's a good spot for him. Listen, like,
I don't know.
I hope it motivates him.
I do think teams, if you get drafted by a team, they have to build around you, right? Now, he also is going to compete with the other quarterback that was drafted before.
The only thing I'm afraid of is, like, they went so far to pick him in the 5th round. Like, he might not even get a fair shake in the NFL. Like that's kind of sad.
But I keep
and it's
telling
crazy
you,
because,
there's
like,
no pressure on him no more. I'm a fifth rounder.
I think there's pressure. I always
Nah,
Don't
there's
expect me
definitely
to
pressure.
do,
Pressure. But the headline
don't
is that-
expect me to do first round, second round, anything when I'm a fifth rounder.
But the headline is
Dude,
on him no
stop
matter
that.
what. Yo,
You had legendary all over your draft room. You better go do something.
So I can't be high on myself. I can't be my number one biggest fan.
and now, but listen.
Oh my God.
Listen.
I'm just saying.
Listen.
Brother,
Now-
Brock Purdy was a fifth rounder, was he not?
Nah, I think it was in the.
Seventh
I think it was the last.
Seventh
I think it was the last pick.
Was there
the
any
entire
pressure
draft.
on Brock Purdy?
No. But listen.
Tom Brady.
Listen,
It is not
the
the
name
same
that's been mentioned the
situation.
most in this NFL draft is Shedeur Sanders. Right?
Why?
I get that. But the headlines
Because he was one of the top ranked quarterbacks going
Okay,
into
and
it.
who's his father?
That's okay, but
we know who his
So
father
they're gonna
is.
talk about him regardless.
I
Same
get that.
thing as Bronny.
I get that.
Alright, but y'all need to stop the narrative that that Shedeur was only being talked about by his dad. It's because everything.
I mean,
else,
we wouldn't know about
Stop,
Shedeur Sanders if it
stop.
was
Thank
for his
you.
dad.
Like, come on,
They
bro.
lies, bro.
Stop it. So he's not a. So you're saying that he's not a great quarterback prospect?
Nobody's saying that.
Okay,
nobody's
What
saying
I'm
that.
so
saying
stop.
is
Let me finish.
The reason he got the hype that he did was because of his
Let
dad.
me finish though. Think about it like this. He was the only thing to actually talk about for the draft because everything else was already known. That's why everybody was just talking about him. Why? Because you knew the first pick was going to be Cam Ward, and then from there on, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, and the Giants needed a quarterback. That's why they were talking about him. They weren't talking about him just because of that. It's like, all these teams need a quarterback. What's going to happen?
So
That's what was happening.
So if Prime wasn't his dad, you think he's still getting the same recognition and the same notoriety that he is now?
Not the same, but people are still gonna be talking about it. Is Cleveland gonna draft him? Is the Giants gonna draft him? Are the Saints gonna draft him? Are the Steelers gonna draft him? Like, people needed a quarterback. And every single draft, all people talk about is where the quarterbacks are going. Every single draft.
Not just that, but I
Every single
I
one.
thought the Steelers were gonna pick him up
I
at
thought so
21.
too.
But then you also gotta think about it where I brought this conversation, right?
tired of the Steelers.
Tomlin
Yeah.
is the coach. You know,
And they still waiting on Aaron Rodgers.
And the crazy
Deion
part
Sanders
is
is gonna want to coach his son in the NFL.
That is.
Let's be
I
honest.
don't think.
And I'm gonna
right?
be real. He's
saying that
there's
he's in love
rumblings
with-
of
Exact-
them saying he might lose his job if nothing's done this year because you went out and got Metcalf. Your defense is still elite. You feel me? And then you got a new running back as well too.
I mean, but the Steelers, they need a
My
quarterback.
problem with the Steelers is
Aaron
that-
Rodgers, baby.
I feel like the Steelers to pass up on him that many times, like, is just criminal. Like, they actually don't have a
Yeah,
quarterback.
it's
like,
somebody
they
purposely
like.
did that.
Honestly, I was
I'm
probably.
surprised Dallas never picked him.
I'm honestly like
Head coaching job,
I'm
my boy.
so disappointed in the Steelers not drafting him because I think about it. This is the one of the more, would you say, controversial franchises. Like, they've had controversial players. The Rooney Rule is literally from. Basically comes from the Steelers. They have had one of the longest term black coaches that has been not really performing in the playoffs as of lately. So, like, you would think that's
Considering- hold on, wait.
that's the team that drafts that guy.
You got to give him a pass.
And not only that, like,
for the playoff
come on,
failure.
like,
Yeah.
You got to give him. You got to give
Yeah,
him.
bro.
You got to give him a little bit of
Yo,
grace.
you
went
like,
from- he went from
not only
Ben-
that, like Mason Rudolph,
maybe
bro.
Mason
Rudolph- Mr.
Mason Rudolph is your
Come on now.
quarterback. Like,
And
what are
then I'm
you
getting
doing?
Russell Wilson, not prime Russ. I mean
Russell
back
Wilson
end
played it
Russ.
right. He didn't play good.
Mason
He played all
Rudolph,
right.
bro. That's your quarterback. You drafted Will
Bro,
Howard
they
and
ended
Mason
off on a
Rudolph.
6-game losing streak with Russell Wilson.
Like, and not
They got
only
the
that,
real experience of him.
how does that team that trades for DK Metcalf have George Pickens and DK Metcalf
And no
not have a
QB.
quarterback?
No
Like,
QB.
why are you giving up a second round pick for DK if you're not gonna try to, like, get a quarterback?
Because
Like-
they still weighing in on
No, that's
Aaron Rodgers.
crazy though. Like, Aaron Rodgers is a 1-year solution, maybe 2 years. Like
even what I
where's
saw-
your guy in the future? Like
Even what I saw what Jacksonville did, they gave up
And not only that,
a first round pick for next
Nah,
year's draft
I
to
think
get Travis Hunter.
the thing that
I'm
got me the
kinda
worst-
I understand he's a good two-way player where he can play, defense and offense, but then again it's just like
Nah, the
do I
thing
want
that
to
killed
give
me the
that
most
up
was
I'll be honest,
that
though, he's
a non-quarterback player?
He's a generational
I
talent.
get that, for a
non-quarterback player.
that's
It's
okay.
ridiculous.
Generational talent,
Like it
bro.
is what it is, but I'm not making that trade, giving up that much draft capital. It's crazy.
But if it works out for them, it's gonna be.
Oh, no, of
perfect.
course. Cool, but still,
But it's a non-quarterback
And not only that,
position.
you saying, oh, okay, we're gonna primarily pay him at wide receiver. You had one of the best receivers in the NFL last year in Brian Thomas. Like, I get that you're trying to build around him, but like, come on, like, don't just say it's for. Like, I think that's a lot to give up. They could have found a wide receiver later in the draft. Like, honestly, like, talking about it for real, like, Travis Hunter was, if he was just a wide receiver, he probably wouldn't have been.
I say you give him
that high of
five.
a pick.
I say you can get some wide receivers in the 3rd, 4th round that could be steals.
all the time,
You know what I'm saying?
all the time.
Antonio Brown came from the 3rd round, if I'm not mistaken.
Devontae Adams came from
But then
a high round.
there's certain organizations that know
How to draft.
not just how to
And
draft
develop.
but they know
I'm not-
develop a lot of talent.
For a new GM,
and
that's a
wide
risky
receivers.
move. That's a
Very.
highly risky move.
And the youngest GM in the NFL.
and you know what's funny? Like now, like
He's making himself known.
I'm really
he
interested.
said, I ain't scared to pull the trigger.
He said Nico Harrison is my role model.
Nah, and a lot of teams had a great draft. I think the Ravens had a great draft.
think the Giants had a great
had a great draft.
Very great
If
draft.
you make,
Dude, Carter, baby, number 3.
I think the first 4 picks were all ranked within the top 100 prospects. That's actually
And
pretty
also, Patriots got
impressive.
their tackle for the future.
Yeah,
So the defense is looking okay.
Yeah.
Well, our defense looked great
a
last
lot
year.
of good teams. Even the Chiefs, yo.
The
how do
Giants.
how
That defense was back last year.
Nah, every QB that went into New York.
Yeah,
struggled.
but now our defense can be
nah,
scary.
that defense is
Yeah.
It's
gonna be
elite.
good.
Yeah.
It's just the offense that you got to work something. Is the O-line even back to what it once was?
Nah, we need help on that.
Nah,
That's what I'm saying, bro. The O-line still got to get fixed. It's a lot of issues that they got to get
Joe
dealt
Shane
with
has let us down with the O-line, man.
Meanwhile,
Joe Shane has let us down overall.
you possibly have an Odell Beckham 2.0 as your wide receiver right now. You got to get him some
he's-
help.
Well, we
Gotta
we
give
might
him
even be
some
better than Odell Beckham. Straight up. Malik neighbors.
Nah, he can be, yo.
Yeah,
that
bro, we
dude-
talking about one of the-
Yo, you saw the rookie season he had
Yeah,
with
bro.
like Tommy
Wait,
DeVito
yo, and Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones.
Give him a real quarterback, my boy.
That's what I'm saying.
Feel me?
Yeah, but Jackson Dart is not playing anytime soon.
Nah,
You
next
don't
year.
think so?
Nah.
What if he makes an immediate
Nah,
impact like that?
Nah. You gotta.
Nah, he
you
needs
gotta
to
develop.
develop.
You gotta develop.
What if? Because the same thing happened
Dude,
with CJ Stroud.
if you
in
watch
Houston.
Jackson Dart, like John Gruden does this football camp, and he goes, "Oh, do a snap count for me."
Yeah, he said.
He goes, "Yeah, that's all I've done." Like he has a lot to learn. He has all the physical traits. He is a.
But
specimen.
the thing is, this is my
Like,
this
he-
is this
like
is my
he's what
take
you
from.
want a quarterback to look like.
This is what my take. Yo, this is my take from
Yeah,
assessing
word.
quarterbacks and looking at highlights and seeing what teams take with the direction of
And
selecting
Brian
their
Dable
future
got his
quarterback.
money
Listen,
cut out for him.
right?
Like,
I don't
he
believe
gotta
that a
earn
quarterback drafted in the first round or even first overall should play immediately. I do believe that they should develop, learn the playbook, and then go on in the field.
There's
Tell
certain
that to
quarterbacks
Jaden
though,
Daniels.
they ready off rip.
Nah, look
Joe
at K-
Burrow was ready.
No, yeah,
Jaden Daniels.
but that's an
Daniels
exception.
is ready.
CJ Stroud.
That's an exception.
Ready.
That's
I'm
an
not
exception.
lying. We're in a different era too. Like
we are.
quarterbacks are playing early and being really
Exactly,
good.
because they're the most demanding position on the field, right? Because that's who you're gonna go, to win Super Bowls with, right? But look at Caleb Williams, for example.
He's all right.
I'm not lying though.
he's
they
alright.
could not protect him.
But
to save his
they
life.
didn't protect him, but he also was very
And
shaky.
he did better
in
than
some
Justin
decisions.
Fields did. I'll be honest with you. He's
That's what I'm saying. There's certain quarterbacks,
It was a,
He did.
like
He
Penix,
did.
right? Like Penix from Atlanta,
hate Penix.
right? He's nice,
Nah,
bro. He's nice.
I'll take
He's
him
nice.
right now.
You see, they're letting him develop. That's what I'm saying.
What about the QB in Las Vegas, the Raiders? I like him a lot.
which one?
Geno Smith?
No. It was another QB, the dude that was playing for Derek Carr.
Oh, nah, he is.
I like him.
Are you
He got
talking
an
about?
arm. He got an arm on him.
I don't like.
You talking? Nah. You talking? Nah. I don't know what you're talking about.
I forgot his name, but that kid
Nah, I think
is
you're
nice.
confusing them.
That kid is
I think you
nice.
are confusing them.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably somebody else. Are you sure you're not talking about that?
Because Geno Smith is the quarterback of the Raiders, and they just got
I
Ashton
like him, though.
Gentry
Bo
too.
Nix? You talking about Bo Nix?
Yo, I,
Bo Nix
That
is
Bo-
nasty.
he's from
I don't know how I felt about
But I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about
Gentry getting picked for the Raiders. Like I feel like if you're gonna draft somebody like that, like you gotta be like that player. Where like I feel like he would have been a good fit on the Bears, maybe like.
And you know what's crazy? He's the second highest paid running back in the league right
that's
now.
his name. Aiden O'Connell.
No, I haven't heard.
Aiden O'Connell. Nah, he did alright last year, bro. He wasn't that bad.
Bro, if he did alright last year, they wouldn't have traded for Geno Smith.
No cap.
That's because they randomly had to put him in though because Derek
Nah,
Carr
I'm
wasn't
allowed
getting.
Now let's
I'm
move
telling
on
you
to baseball. We already talked about the NFL draft. We talked about NBA playoffs.
He did.
Now let's talk
How
about.
about the Mets? Yo, the Mets
They're the best team in baseball right now.
The best team in baseball without Juan Soto
For
performing.
all y'all that's not looking, we got K and Nat in the back putting a thumbs down as you.
And we actually just came from the Yankees game,
Yeah, we
literally.
came from the Yankees game.
As you can see with Tamisa's merch.
Put an ass whooping on the Toronto Blue Jays.
Yes, we did.
And we needed those 2 games.
And we could have gotten a sweep if it wasn't for Devin Williams on Friday.
Right. That's
Shaky
a real
start.
I'm not
big
gonna
issue.
hate on him. It's early in the season.
No, brother.
But
I
those
think
games
he'll be
matter.
back.
Those games
No,
matter.
brother.
All those,
I know,
all games
but-
matter. All
I
games
know,
We
matter.
but-
lost 10 games last year because of Clay Holmes. We don't
Yeah.
need the same
More,
thing to
I
happen
think.
again.
Nah, yo.
Yeah,
the
we
Yankees
lost like
closer
13 actually, if I'm not
situation,
mistaken.
It's tough. Luke Weaver, though, is...
Judge is also batting .415. It's ridiculous,
With an OPS of 1220.
which is
Yeah,
insane.
I think he's going to end up winning, like, the Triple Crown or something.
I hope
This
he
year?
does.
Yeah, he's hitting over 400.
He's flirted with the Triple Crown 2 out of the last
Who's the leader in home runs right now?
I don't even know because
think-
you went in Suarez.
No. Is it?
Nah, because you
Soderstrom?
went
I could have sworn it was Suarez. Because Suarez just hit 4 home runs.
Now, that's in the National League, though.
because Suarez hit 4 home runs yesterday.
Yeah.
He hit 4 home
He hit
runs
4, that's what
in
I'm
one
trying to tell
game.
you. He hit 4
Who
home
was the last
runs.
player to do that? I think it
JD
might have
Martinez in 2017, I think it was. I think it's Kyle Rye who's leading home runs right now. So Eugenio Suarez is leading home runs with
been-
10.
Yeah, but in the American League.
No, Mike Trout, 9.
How many?
9.
He's been on fire.
9. Judge got 7. He could.
He's been on fire too. I ain't gonna lie.
He's finally healthy.
And no, actually,
But the thing is, Mike Trout's batting
Hold on.
177
It's
with
not-
a
it's-
660
It's not Mike
OPS.
Trout.
It's Tyler Soderstrom, Mike
No,
Trout.
it's not Mike Trout.
Who?
Or Soderstrom. It's Cal Raleigh.
Yeah, he got 9.
No, Cal. Cal got 10.
Oh, he just hit one today then.
Sheesh. Cal is on there. And Corbin Carroll right now, he's in the top 4. Oh, Teoscar Hernandez got 8. Judge got 8.
Oh, Judge got 8?
Judge
He hit one then.
No, he hit one when we left.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Those ones
crazy.
today, it's crazy.
That is wild. Damn, we missed that one.
Shout out to Judge, bro.
Tatis has 8. Edmund got 8. O'Neal
Yeah.
Cruz got 8. Torkelson got
Tatis
8.
is off to like a great start.
Yeah, Soderstrom, he's really... I was saying it... Remember, I
The
kept
problem
telling
with baseball is that it's such a long season.
It
Like,
is.
So it's like
I
they-
love it.
They can
but
start
like,
off good now, and then at the end of the season, they're being considered
Yeah.
for one of the worst players in the MLB.
which is crazy.
Which is insane.
That's wild, the way that...
Nah.
It's not like basketball where like they go on these 20-game run and it's like, oh my gosh, the greatest player of this week.
Right.
And also we're gonna sign him to a
Yeah, look
three-year
at like
extension,
the
40 mil.
Padres were red hot to start off the year, and they just got swept by
That's why-
Tampa. Like,
That's why I don't believe in teams or looking at playoff picture yet or contending teams until after the All-Star game.
Right.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you, though, who is like your most surprising team thus far? And it
I
could
think the
be-
Giants, bro.
I was about to say that, but
Giants,
wait,
bro.
what's the team
Yeah,
that you're
decent
most
rotation.
disappointed in as well, too?
Nah, lie. If I'm being honest with you, Houston so far has been disappointing me.
Really?
Yeah.
Considering
Yeah.
all the losses they had?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah,
Baltimore
I'm-
Orioles.
they still
I was
got a
high.
little
I was
squad.
high, I was high on the Baltimore
Now,
Orioles.
just a second.
Yo, I was high on Baltimore
The
Orioles.
Orioles have no.
They're 10 and
pitching.
17, bro.
Yeah, the Orioles is
No.
And the crazy part about it is that they moved the wall of their ballpark
Back to where it was supposed to be.
Yeah, 2 years ago they moved it back for the pitching.
Right.
Now they moved it forward,
And they've been getting rocked left and right.
and they also didn't want to sign Corbin
Burns
Burns.
back.
That's a
That
private.
was crazy.
Listen, Orioles were bought by a private equity team. This is what you're gonna get in baseball when private equity buys teams.
Not only that,
The
though,
Cubs are doing good too.
you're 10 and 17 after giving the Yankees a run for their money last year for the AL East
Uh,
crown.
It must suck to be the Rockies. Like,
Yeah, they 4 and
like,
23.
4 and 23, but their division,
Now,
like,
what you
their
got-
division
I
is
want to
a
give a huge
monster.
shout out though to Detroit. Detroit this year is a fucking.
Who said that
problem.
before?
Yeah.
Who said that before the
I
year
agree with you.
started?
I agree
Who
with you.
said that? Though?
I agree
Detroit is one of
with
those
you.
teams
I
that they
said
make.
that. I
Detroit is one of those
agree with
teams
you. I
that they
said
make good
Detroit
trade
looks
deadline
serious.
acquisition.
They need another
They can win a.
bat.
They can win a chip.
What do you think could end up going over there at Detroit?
I ain't
Nah,
a bat.
lie.
What happens if Mike Trout's available?
Nah, but I think if Mike Trout is available, the Angels are gonna respect his wishes, and then he's gonna
Yeah, but
decide
they-
where he want to go
You
to.
gotta go, but also
Yeah,
too,
they have to. They don't have a
Yeah.
but
choice.
hold on, you gotta also understand too that contract is.
Yeah, nobody's gonna want to take a contract. He's also batting
He's
177.
an agent star.
He's always hurt.
Exactly, you're injury prone, and you.
So I don't
getting
think
paid
I don't think
$500?
teams trade for him.
I don't know. That's
I
gonna be
can see it.
tough.
All depends.
All right.
who-
Unless he gets bought out, which the Angels will go.
No,
bankrupt
but that's
if they-
rare. That's
if they
very
try to buy him out.
that's probably super rare that any team
Nah,
buys
they're not
out
gonna buy
anyone.
him out.
If they buy
Alright,
him out,
Now let's really talk about him. You feel me? Someone got paid last year. His name is Juan Soto.
Right.
Right? He's struggling to start off the season.
how bad are we talking?
Nah, I'm out.
Very
It's
bad.
early. It's early,
He give
though.
numbers since this is numbers versus
He's
opinions.
batting, if I'm not mistaken, 233, couple of home runs. Let's see right now.
I'm showing
Baseball's
he's
too long
batting
of a season.
235. He's batting 235.
Yo, Ben Rice is batting better than him.
with 3
But
home
anyways,
runs, 12 RBIs,
Yeah.
23 hits, 5 doubles, and he struck out.
He's
17 times.
basically an above average player at the current moment.
Right.
So he's not on
All
at
right,
least.
relax. Juan Soto is gonna be Juan Soto.
Granted, it's
at the end
still
of the
early,
day.
but I can understand why you're saying what you're
He's-
saying.
And a lot of defensive issues
He's
on the
one-
field as
that
well,
as
which
well.
has
Yeah,
been a
he's
problem.
not a good defender. Everybody
And
knew
the
that.
Mets blew the game today, being up 7-1. You lose 8-7 to the Washington Nationals.
So now the real question
No
is,
talented team though.
this is an early take.
I don't
No,
care
we
about
can't.
that.
This is just a sample size that we got. Do you think
No.
any player is worth the $800 million contract
Ohtani.
that? Okay, exception. That Juan Soto got.
Judge should have got 500.
You know what it is?
600.
Yeah, for sure. But
You know what it is?
He took a discount.
The fact we got him for 390 just shows
360.
that man loves us, and Cashman is a cheap.
And not only
ass
that, but the Padres
dude.
offer him like
Wow.
420 for 11 years, if I'm not mistaken.
And I think didn't the Giants offer him 440?
Yo, I'm not lying. Y'all looking at his contract all wrong though. Like 800
we're
million
not.
is 800 million, right?
No,
But it's
shout out to
like
him. No, hold
per
on.
year-
Shout out to him for getting 800 million, especially as a Dominican
Per-
baseball player. But I'm
per
just saying
year-
that no player is worth that amount of money, especially for what we're seeing.
How
at the
much
current
is he
moment.
getting per year though? Is it like
I think it's like 45. No, I think it's less
51.
because it's less because he also got a $75 million bonus, so it
Oh, yeah.
decreases the annual value of that contract. So I think it's like 46,
I think at his
47.
at his age and for the annual value of that contract,
It's worth it throughout those years. But we're talking about a potential, not potential, but a DH player after his age 30 season.
He's not.
Let's be real. Yes, he is, bro. Clip this. I hope we're still doing podcasts in 5 more years, so I can
better
tell you
be.
that Juan Soto's gonna be a DH player
I
after
don't
his 30,
think that
31 season.
early. 30 is crazy.
Yeah, I do see.
You know what? The
And-
only,
and hopefully-
it won't be because he's physically limited.
And then-
It'll
and
be
hope-
because he's not good at it.
And then hopefully he doesn't get caught with any steroids issues. You know what I'm saying?
Whoa,
I got a
whoa.
question for you guys.
Talk to me.
Who do you guys want to see in the World Series? And don't say Yankees and Dodgers or Yankees and Red Sox.
I don't want to see the Dodgers in the World Series. I do not.
It would be like a really good game.
I would definitely want to see Yankees Mets. Like that
would
would
love
be
it. I would love
that
it.
would
Subway
be,
Series?
like that would be the great villain story. Like Juan Soto versus the Yankees for the World Series. Like that is the answer right there. If anybody else in the National League, maybe like the Padres, because they're a really exciting baseball team. But like I would pay to see. I would spend a
I
lot
think
of
anyone
money
would.
to go to.
And I think that's a potential matchup you could see this year. If I thought that was gonna be last year with how the Mets started off
Yeah.
hot, but they got their ass beat by the Dodgers, which of course they're the
Everybody
better
got
team.
their ass beat
So
by
did
the
the
Dodgers.
so did the Yankees. Now my take is I like to see the Yankees and Mets as well. But what if like Boston versus St. Louis?
I was gonna say Boston, but I was like, that'd be
You know what I'm
blasphemous
saying?
coming
Versus
from
St.
here.
Louis.
Yeah, bro. I wish, but St. Louis is trash though.
Not
I'm
St.
saying
Louis.
like
I'll say
I'm not saying the
Boston.
current moment, but
I'll say
I'll do Boston against the Padres.
I'm talking
No,
about
no, 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 no,
historical
Athletics.
Boston against the Phillies. I'll take that.
or San Francisco too. I said St. Louis.
No,
I'm bugging.
Chicago against Chicago.
Nah, I want the Cubs
Chicago
to
would
suck
be
so
nice.
Kyle Tucker leaves.
No, he's out of here after that. He's out of here.
Nah,
I don't know where
there's
he is.
contract extension looming there.
He's a 1-year rental, brother. He's not gonna want to stay in Chicago.
Nah, he's gonna get paid.
This is why I don't agree with 1 year rental unless you're Juan Soto. See, if I'm the Yankees, I make that trade 100%.
Brother, we was about to do the same thing with Kyle Tucker.
I'm not lying though. Kyle Tucker's a complete baseball.
And the only
player.
reason we
Yeah.
couldn't get him was because Houston was like, we not giving him to you. We don't
Yeah, of
want
course.
out of every team. Y'all definitely not giving him.
Nah,
We're
they
gonna
would have
send him to the
traded
worst
him,
place.
but I think they wanted Luis Hill.
Nope, bro. The manager said we're not trading him
Yeah.
unless
Nah,
we get Luis Hill.
exactly.
No, hold on. But then he said, other than that, don't give me any other player because I don't even want to trade for y'all. They purposely did that. Yo, we want your future so you could get him.
Nah, that would have been tough if the Yankees would have had.
And it's crazy because
Kyle Tucker.
imagine we would have
Because
gave him
Cody
up and
Bellinger
then
is
Luis Hill
kinda-
got hurt over there.
Cody Bellinger right now is kind of upsetting me.
It's funny because when he first started, he was on fire. And
Yeah.
he has not been doing. And
not
like I
lying.
said, it'll build up because he's a streaky player.
I'm
Come the
not-
summertime is different.
I'm not the biggest batting average guy, which a lot of you know, but I do think it's a concern that the Yankees team is batting below.
I think he needs to make adjustments with his swing. Like,
he did make an
What is it
adjustment.
that's wrong with his swing?
like his swing is such an uppercut swing. Like if you see it, like he flies out and pops up. Like he
Like,
doesn't
he's
hit
swinging for
line
the fences,
drives. Like,
basically?
Yankees hire Timesis for your hitting coach.
Batting coach.
not only that, bro. Him and Volpe have similar.
Tyrese's Bonds.
Yo, hit us up on NVO podcast on Instagram.
Real.
Nah,
So we can hire
Like,
Timesis.
if you look at him and Volpe's swing, like their swing path is just so off.
I do
Like,
think Volpe is a flop at batting, but he's a great defensive shortstop.
he is,
Not
but
only
like
that, but
but
he's starting to
that's
pick it up
not-
offensively.
He's giving me Andrew Simmons vibes, and I'm not liking it. You know, Volpe.
Simmons, he was a like Gold Glove defender.
Yeah, he was
but
a
No,
leader.
no,
not
no,
hit
no.
to save
I
his
wanted to
life.
hear it again because
I'm saying-
He was MVP today.
I'm saying Volpe
Yeah,
gives
he had a
me
great
Andrew
game.
Simmons vibes.
That's
Yeah,
that's
I'm not lying.
And let's
He's
be
not even hitting
honest. Let's be
220.
honest. That's the type of players Cashman like. He loves these, defense.
Tulowitzki,
Yeah.
you know them boys.
I'm not lying. When you look at the top 10 shortstops in MLB,
He's
look
not
at
even
Bobby
top
Witt Jr.
15.
He's that guy.
Anthony Volpe is not comparable on that
Gunnar
list.
Henderson.
Unless we're talking about defense,
Dude,
of
you
course.
can't even compare him to somebody in the top 10 right now. Anybody in the top 10. Like, just don't compare him. Like,
But stats and analytics is gonna put him up there because
nah, but like,
of his defense.
listen,
He's,
like, I like
he is
giving him
the best
the benefit
defensive
of the
shortstop
doubt.
right now.
He needs to work
Listen,
on his arm strength.
y'all-
though. His arm got to get better, bro.
y'all forget how young he is, too. Like, don't forget how young he is.
Bro, we have
Like,
enough
this is-
stats.
You talking the most about him at the game?
Oh, no, because he's been very disappointing.
Yeah, but we have had enough sample size batting.
I know, but it's just
to say that this guy's gonna be probably a below average hitter or above average or an
I'll
average
be happy
hitter.
if he's
Another
an
thing,
average
too,
hitter.
We want Jason Dominguez to succeed, and he's struggling a little bit too. But
Nah,
I
but
feel
it's
like
time.
Yo,
It's only
I will
first
say
season.
this. Jason Dominguez is not struggling. He's struggling from the right side of the plate because he's hitting over 300 from the left side. He's like 3 for like 35 from the right side.
So, do you think that he should primarily stick to being a lefty instead of trying to be a switcher?
I don't know. It's too early in the season. He hasn't had enough experience yet. Like, you got to give him a little bit more time to grind and stuff. But for me, Dominguez is definitely like I think he's our best young player. Volpe, you hope that he develops into something like really good. Ben Rice, like, I know that I said, like, he's playing the best right now. Like, Cabrera's is playing really well. I'm really interested to see. I think the Yankees have some moves to make at the deadline. I don't know what ends up happening too when Stan comes back. Like, do you get Ben Rice's bat out?
No,
Like,
you keep him there.
Yeah, you keep.
Yeah,
You gotta
but
figure
where?
it out.
Good problem.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a great problem to have.
Yeah.
But when you look at guys batting like Jazz, for example, you're struggling. You gotta pick up the
71.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Jazz
you gotta
is-
Hold on,
bank.
it went up today to 175.
Yeah,
Single.
bro.
Yeah, but you
Struggling.
gotta bank on who these guys. Like, sometimes
Not
you
only
gotta
that,
say like their
why-
potential or their baseball card. Like, Jazz is not.
Yeah, but potential can only get you so far.
But why aren't we playing Peraza?
Huh?
Why aren't we playing Peraza?
Because Cabrera is playing.
It's all
really
politics.
well.
He's not doing as well. Bring Peraza up.
It's all politics.
See
my
what's
boy.
up. Also, I do
Nah,
want to
you
give.
can't.
I want to give 2 shout outs though.
You know what it is? The MLB season is so long. Like, you can't just be like, I'm gonna bench you. Like you know who this player is. Like, in the Game 7 of the World Series, it's like, who do you want? Like you got to give this guy more rope.
I feel you.
But
I do
I'm
wanna give 2
excited.
shout-outs.
The season's off to a great start.
We got to get 2 shout outs, and I think both of y'all would agree with me. Paul Goldschmidt has been
Amazing.
killing it. And then I also want to give another huge shout out to my boy Max Fried, a.k.a. Max Fried.
Yeah.
All right, Max is looking like a Cy Young out there. Y'all
Yeah,
can
he'll
look at
probably
me and
be
say
the
that I'm
favorite right
crazy
now.
or I'm bugging, but Max Fried right now, he has a 1 point. We was looking at it today, 1.57 ERA. He went 5-0 today. Only gave up 1 run. Was an ace on the mound today. Did his damn thing. And honestly, he's been looking very, very, promising considering a lot of people was complaining about his injury prone history. Considering,
I think it was the length of the contract
That's
more that
just really
people were
what it was.
complaining.
It's not
Honestly
exactly. Paul Goldschmidt is 37
But,
years
hey,
old, so people
Max
kind of
Fried
did not have high expectations on him, but also was like, was this the right move to make at first base? And so far, it's paying off.
Yeah, Max Fried might be.
He
that
is top 3
savior.
in batting average, which I still don't think batting.
Nah, Max Fried is our savior because Garrett Cole went down. Like,
No, but the
like
Yankees-
just think about it like this: where would the Yankees be if they didn't sign Max Fried? Like, who would be our ace right now? Clark Schmidt?
Luis Gill's hurt, so we can't say him.
Yeah, like that. That's crazy to say.
Nah, honestly, our ace would have been Rodon.
Oh yeah. No,
Forgot
but I'll
about
say
that.
this: Rodon is stepping up. Like, his last 2 starts. You know what's crazy? I've never seen a pitcher like him. Like, he could be the most dominant pitcher ever, and then he'll just have 3 horrible at bats, and the game just went to shit. But like, he needs to tighten up. I definitely think the Yankees are 1 piece away still. I think
No, they're
Mets,
multiple pieces.
the
Away.
Mets-
They need a lot of pitchers, bro.
the Mets need
Pitching.
Our
a starting
bullpen has
pitcher.
been doo-doo.
Clay Holmes looking like a Cy Young candidate out there, which is kind of
Right,
crazy.
with the Mets. And I know Steph. If
The
he's
Cubs
watching
look
this,
good
he's gonna
too.
laugh
The
at this
Cubs
part.
look really good.
Cubs, yeah, they've been looking good so far. With Nico Horner out
But-
there. Who else they picked up? They got
Dodgers are
what's his
Dodgers,
name?
you know
Christopher
that.
Morel. They still got Dansby out there. They got
Yeah,
Kyle
Boston looks
Tagasi,
alright
Seiya
in
Suzuki's
American
playing.
League.
Boston looks.
I'm not really nervous.
First
like-
off, Bregman is on a heater.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bregman.
Everybody
And
that
shout out
didn't want to
Jaren.
give Bregman a contract is looking at him like, yo.
Shout out to my boy, my twin, Jaron Duran. he just stole home yesterday, and he's been on the heater.
And
as
the
well.
crazy part about it is that they got,
so
the Red Sox got a prospect scorching at AAA.
Dude, I think they
to
got
get
like
his,
three
to get his
top
time. His
20
name
prospects.
is
They have like 3 top
Roman
20.
Anthony, my boy.
Nah,
He is the number 1 prospect currently, who is waiting to get his turn in the MLB.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna be honest,
Hey,
he's
it
gonna.
pains me to say it, but Boston's future looks
Very good. Very good.
Like,
I'm
Christian Campbell,
as a Yankees fan, I'm like,
Campbell's up.
he's tough. Like
They
and
did give
still
up a lot of-
got
they also-
Devers, Casas, like
William Abreu's
Like, they're
pretty
stacked.
solid.
yeah, Red
They
Sox
got
are.
Crochet doing the damn thing out
I
there.
still take the Yankees over them this year.
Yeah, easily. But that's just us being the fans.
Nah, I think the Yankees are better. Don't get me wrong.
Really? Offensively, they way better than us.
I think the Yankees should definitely be in that.
I think they just need a starting pitcher. They need to add one starting pitcher.
Yeah, they need
Hill to come back.
They need
like,
an
once
elite
they
arm.
got that I think Hill too. I think Hill, if he was healthy, I think he would have had a great year. I think he would have put up all-star numbers.
He still can. It's not like he's out for the season.
I mean,
Nah,
he
he's
won't.
coming back.
I mean, he won't rookie. This is
He'll
my.
be back
This,
by May, June.
this is my thing. Let's be honest. When a player like Luis Hill goes down, especially with I think with elbow issue, if I'm not mistaken, and they shut him down for 2 weeks. Next thing you know, he comes back, right? Does his rehab, comes back and pitches them major. Next thing he goes down again on injuries list, and then we find out he needs Tommy John.
Yeah.
And this is my problem
That's
with the
what happened
Yankees.
with Garrett Cole.
They did that to Garrett Cole, and they also did that to Luis Severino when he first started. This is my problem, right? If you understand that this is gonna lead up to Tommy John, just get it out the way now. Just get it out the way, so we don't have to waste our time. You feel me? Because then
honestly, probably if they would have told Garrett Cole right after the playoffs to get it done, like who knows? Like he could have maybe made it back.
they
to the
knew
playoffs.
they knew he needed Tommy John last year.
Yeah.
But the problem
they
is,
definitely postponed it,
Bro,
bro.
when
Because they
I
had
saw him,
Juan Soto for the rental. They were like, "Nah, we already booked the rental, bro. We're
Right.
going on vacation."
when I saw him at the beginning points of the season pitching, and he was throwing only 94, 93 on his fastball, I was like, "There's something off." And then he started picking it up during the playoffs. So I'm like, okay, maybe he might have got his stride back. You know, he was a little bit rusty. But obviously, like you said, it was some lingering issues that you knew was going to lead to Tommy John.
might as well
So
just get
y'all
out
did
the way.
nothing about it.
Just
At
get out
that
the way.
point, this is why a lot of pitchers that leave us end up saying, man, considering where I was to now where I'm at, way better over here in terms of development-wise and in terms of trying to help me get better.
Clay Holmes, potential Cy Young candidate. I know,
Yeah, that is
which
sad.
is kind of crazy.
But, yeah, Lakers in 7. We basically covered
Knicks
everything.
in 5.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we didn't speak.
Knicks are gonna win the NBA Finals this year.